Hello everyone, Chris Clamp here again, and welcome back to my studio. Today, I want to talk with you about working in a small studio space. Many of you, like me, are working in a small space in your home or apartment. And while these spaces may not be the most luxurious spaces, they can be the most effective spaces. I've picked up a few tips and tricks along the way that I want to share with you to make your space be the most effective as possible so you can produce your best paintings. Stick right there and I'll be right back. Okay, so a few things that I find helpful to keep in mind are the following: lighting, control, organization, and ventilation. Again, regardless of your studio size, these are important things to keep in mind. Let's talk about lighting first. Lighting is something very simple that can be easily overlooked. However, it is something that is most important in my opinion. For a small investment to increase the lighting in your studio, you will increase the quality by a ton. I promise you, okay? So the lighting that I've added in my studio is as high as I can get it and kind of as far away as I can get it. Since my space is small, that's the best that I can do, but it puts the lighting at approximately a 45-degree angle from me and my easel. The lamps which I've installed are two shop lamps which I picked up at a hardware store that hold two 48-inch fluorescent bulbs each. Okay? These plug into a wall adapter, a surge protector, easy peasy. The fluorescent bulbs are what's important. The bulbs which I have installed are 5,000 kelvins, which mean they are a very clean and pure light that is very, very close to daylight balanced. These bulbs also have another added feature. They have a high CRI rating. CRI means color rendering index. Now, by adding these lights to my studio, not only am I giving myself a very balanced color in terms of its temperature, but its clarity is dramatically increased, and I'm seeing more color than I would if I just used traditional lighting. This is very important to me since I'm not only painting still lifes and I'm working from life, but also I want to make sure that my work looks the best it can in my studio, so when it leaves my studio to go to the gallery or the collector's wall, it looks the best possible. Another thing that I've added to the lighting in my studio are these LED panels from Neewer. Neewer did an amazing job designing these panels. They're small, lightweight. These LED panels feature barn doors to help control the lighting and its direction, and also are powered by rechargeable battery packs or AC power. You can also adjust the temperature of the light and its intensity. And since I'm wanting daylight balanced, I'm just adjusting the cool dial on the back of this versus the warm. And I adjust this intensity as I see fit. These LED panels are amazing also because they have a high CRI rating as well. I have these illuminating my still life, and I then know that the colors that I'm seeing on my still life objects are very true and pure. I love the fact that these things are portable. You can break them down and take them wherever you go and use them for a variety of functions. I used to have soft boxes in my studio which illuminated my still lifes and my painting. However, soft boxes are pretty big and they're easy to bump into, especially if you're in a small studio space. Let's talk about control real quick also. I've discussed what I've done with the lighting in my studio, which I find very important to control the look and feel of the space, the paintings, my still life objects, or whatever you're painting. But you want to make sure that you can control that light as best as possible. In my studio space here, there's a bank of windows on one side. And while that's great, and I love the natural light, it does interfere with what I see in my still life. So I've purchased a thick piece of black velvet and tacked it up on the wall, covering those windows and reducing virtually all light that's coming in. What this ensures for me is that whether I'm in here working in the morning or at night, that the light and the shadows are the same at all times. Working in a small studio space, it's also very important that your space is as organized as possible. Only have what you need at hand, and things that are not necessary are out of the way. I've had large studio spaces in the past, and what I've tended to do in these spaces is fill them with a lot of things that I don't really need. And while it was beautiful to have different ephemera that sort of inspired me in my work, it is an element of clutter that you definitely do not need in your small space. Keep what's necessary at hand: brushes, pigments, mediums, panels, canvases, paper, whatever. And things that are not necessary are far away. Maybe in another area that is outside of your studio space. An organized studio space is going to be an efficient studio space. Having an organized, clean studio that is free of clutter is going to translate into your work more than you realize. Also, when you're working in a small studio space, you want to make sure that things that you need are easy to locate and find. You also want to make sure that you're not accidentally dropping paint onto your floor and bringing it into your living space as well. When working in a small studio space, it's important to be aware of ventilation. I'm an oil painter, much like many of you, and one of the most toxic things that we can have in our studio space are our jar of odorless mineral spirits or turpentine. Even though the odorless mineral spirits can be odor-free, the fumes coming from this jar of brush cleaner is actually filling our space with a vapor that can actually affect us in a negative way. So, be aware of ventilation. Have a window that you can open, a door, a fan, or any other thing that will help keep air circulating. Well, I guess that does it for this video. I really appreciate you all dropping by to watch this. I hope you were able to find some information that is helpful, that you will be able to add to your own small studio space to make it more effective so you can produce the best paintings possible. If you like this video, please click the like button and the subscribe button. I will be producing more content similar to this, so if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave that in the comments section below. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Take care.